gay or straight, and so much more, so stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Shameless After Show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. We have JJ Jurgens.
Hi, guys.
We have our new addition, all the way from France. Bonjour, Juliet.
Bonjour, bonjour.
And I'm Phil Svitek, and a couple things happened.
Yeah.
Haley is not here, and Svetlana was scheduled to be here, but she'll schedule another time.
Yeah.
So-
We'll have her back later for you.
That's right. So we're not liars. It's just sometimes things don't work out.
Complications.
That's right. You know. So yeah, I was gonna somehow tie in complications into
This episode.
Carl.
Complicated episode.
Yes, but
Poor Carl.
Poor Carl. Let's start with poor Carl. I'm nervous for him because I feel like he's lost a lot of his manhood, and I'm worried about him becoming Caitlyn Jenner.
You know what? I gotta say, I'm also too a little disappointed in Dominique. Like the fact that she told people about it. So first off, we see him taking a lot of, having the guys at school kind of bully him about it. I'm like, come on, he just went through this for you, and then she's going and telling people about it. So that wasn't very nice on her part.
No.
Yeah, but I think it's her way to brag. She's like, yeah, he did that for me. So, I don't know.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting too that when he walked away, she had this like smirk, like instead of being like nervous that he just got a boner, had to go to back to the doctor, she kind of had this little proud smirk as she walked off. So yeah, I think you're right.
A lot of
like,
ego there.
like,
She's enjoying this whole thing.
Does she realize she has a lot of control over him and his penis?
Yeah,
In that regard, like she could just
she's
say
got him by the-
anything, and he's getting a boner.
Yeah.
Oh man, she's okay. I do want to. Early on, he said that Carl said that's true love, and I was I dropped the pen. I was like, dear Lord, this is true love.
Yeah.
Are we worried?
I'm very worried. I don't think it's. I had high hopes for her in the beginning. I thought like she really did, but I don't anymore. I don't think it's true love, and I
Well, it didn't make sense because so at first she's like, okay, I'm not going to do this because I'm not used to it. But then at the end she's like, okay, 72 hours are up. Let's do this. But you saw like when he peed in the sink, his brothers, everyone's kind of grossed out. Like all through the episodes, all these stitches are popping. It's not fully healed, even though she, it's been the 72 hours and she's all up for it. I was like, that makes no sense. I feel like it doesn't look pretty yet.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the recovery time of a penis, but I would venture to say a week at least. For that kind of surgery, especially like there's still the fact that he keeps having to go back, and this lame doctor's just like, you better watch out because there's going to be nothing left.
Oh my god.
Like, what are we just like chiseling this thing down? What is happening?
I know I'm a little nervous to go to sleep tonight just because of all that was discussed in this episode between him just saying that to him, like there's no good skin here left, and then it was bruised and whatever else, and then all the images of the hairy balls, like everywhere he looks, like
He's got a
those
vivid
were some
imagination.
Big hairy balls.
Yes. How about the fact that like more so, it is representative of a teenage guy, at that age of just thinking about sex all the time.
Well, I think too when somebody tells you not to think about something, or you can't, or that's just like if you try to say I'm not going to eat sugar, or I'm not going to, not going to drink for a while. It's like every time you say something like that, then you just think about it more and more and more.
But again, sex for a guy is different. I feel like Ian, he went through his phase, like he couldn't stop staring at guys' asses, or like, because when we first met him, he was kind of that age that Carl is now.
Yeah.
So I remember him going through that phase of just not being able to stop thinking about dick.
Yeah.
If this was...
Did you go through that phase, Phil?
Do you think of hairy balls to not get boners throughout the day?
That's no, I didn't think about those.
What do you think about?
I don't know what I used to think about. Listen, as a kid, you get random erections. I think we've talked about this in the past. I think there's a famous duck story I shared with you guys.
I think we do have that.
Go in the
back
archives.
Yeah.
So check that one out. All right. For me, not much else here besides the fact that she does go... as you guys said, I'm surprised she did go down on him.
Yeah.
And, just enjoyed it.
Me too. I'm surprised she would, and I still think I think it would still be tender for him, like a little bit, but I don't know.
I mean, maybe that's why he's gonna have a better orgasm. I don't know. So, let us know your guys' thoughts at home. Moving on to the next topic.
We're speechless now on that one.
I don't think you can't be.
Yeah.
You're whatever. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever done the topless maid service. I've seen a lot
Every
of
Wednesday and Tuesday.
Are you an employee or a customer?
Both. Depending on the mood.
How's that working for you?
I've seen these things all over LA.
Me too.
Now, I've never called, but I was with Kev, and I honestly thought they were just topless maids.
I totally agree. I thought there was probably some rules, like you can't touch, you can't, like they're just.
Can we have one on the show?
Interview her?
Yeah.
We can call one up. Get me some numbers. Get me some prices.
She can stay in the studio. Like, while we're...
No, they interview her because they don't clean. That's what we learned.
Right, exactly. That's true.
Listen, we don't want to have sex with you. We want to interview you. We'll pay you for the interview. But okay, are we worried about Kev in general? Just the fact that he is so lame, like that his true worthlessness perhaps is coming out.
I am a little worried. I think something does have to change in this relationship between the three of them, and I am a little worried that maybe in this season we might see Kev get his heart broken, and they may start to just kind of leave him out more of the equation.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel like they're getting closer and stronger as a unit, and I think he's slowly getting pushed aside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna I'm really nervous, and especially like they're giving him such easy tasks. And as mean as they were, they had that moment of like, oh, we kind of pushed him too far. But at the same time, like, you asked him to clean the house, he didn't do it. Although I do think he is great with the kids.
He's hilarious. Just the way he talks to them.
He is great, but like really, a dad who does food fights.
Right.
Like it's great for the kid, but like, come on, that's not some great babysitting there.
I mean, eventually, once the kids turn maybe like 4, maybe not have as many food fights. But I think right now it's still kind of cute. What do I know? I would be like the world's worst parent. I'd be like Kev. Dear Lord. Yeah. Where do we? In terms of the idea, nooks and frannies. Where did because V, she goes to talk to Fiona, so we never really get her thoughts on where they're at with this, because whether or not they tell Kev off about this. Are we going to move forward with this idea or no?
My gut, I want to say no, but
I feel like we can't save a business by starting another business.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
And it was just random with the older woman, and
She cleans.
yeah, just I don't see. I mean, they would have to take time off from the bar. Who's going to be at the bar while they're both out? I don't see it working. I think this is just maybe one of his ideas that gets.
Yeah, I don't see it working, but I mean, it is Shameless, and I think something will come of it. We'll just have to stay tuned to see what.
What do you think, Phil?
I think Svetlana, she's the man of the house now. She's going to veto this. She's going to be like, this is stupid. Or she might turn it into an actual good idea. And get all of the old prostitutes together and do it that way.
Now, see, that's a better plan to have, to outsource it to other people, or bring other people in, and
that's
have
what they're
them do the
great
work.
at.
Yeah.
The sham wow. What was that? Comment below.
Yeah, you kind of wanted a little description on on some of those.
I felt like what he says, like, I don't even know where to begin with that. Yeah, I have no idea what a ShamWow is.
Or she even says, she's like, that's not what you think. And he goes, I don't even know what I'm thinking. I don't know. What was it, Brazilian floor wax? What were some of the other ones?
Something about pipes, right?
The rusty old pipe or something like that.
Old men like the pipe cleaning.
Yeah. No. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, thanks. Then every time we see those in town, we'll be thinking of Shameless. Those bands.
By the way, I do wish Lip drew a Venn diagram of all these things. And the irony that kind of ties us together is obviously with the three of them, they're not necessarily 100% straight. At least V, which ties in nicely to Ian and Caleb. Now, what is this theory? We're not 100% anything.
Well, first off, I think he's 100% cheating. What do you?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, and I liked how Lip kind of called that out, and it was just like, that's cheater's logic.
Yeah,
yeah, that's true. That's people that cheat always have a way to explain it using something like that. So,
but he's so forward about it. Like, at least like cheating. Like, no man, I ain't cheating.
No, he got caught first. He got caught. He was lying about it, and then when he gets caught, he's like, oh no, yeah, this happens. Why? And he's always flipping it around. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why are you getting upset? You're not open-minded. Blah blah. Like, it makes no sense. Don't like Caleb anymore.
I don't either, and I don't like this turn for the character. I mean, well, but we probably won't see anymore. But yeah, it was still kind of abrupt for me. Like, I thought things were going along well for them, and this is just kind of I don't know. I just feel like before he was such a proud gay man, and just that's the character he was, and I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought he was strong, and yeah. So this kind of just. Not a fan of his anymore.
But I wanted Ian to have a good role model, and as well as a support system, which he didn't have in Mickey, and obviously all the fans wanted Ian and Mickey together, and so this was like we were starting to kind of finally at least break away from that, and then they throw in this and completely undo it all.
Yeah.
You know what? And it makes me rethink, like, were there signs that I missed about Caleb that led to this?
Yeah, I wonder that too. Like, if there was things early on that we didn't get, or if it's or if the some of the fan reaction of people not being a fan of them being a couple. If now the writers, are like backtracking a little bit and going to give us something. I mean, I'm happy if we get some new, really great, interesting love interest from. I'm open for that now.
Yeah,
now I'm done with it. But yeah, it's just I wonder.
Think about all the good that he helped him get it past the exam, he got him the job, not necessarily directly, but just being a support system.
No, I know. I loved it at the time, but now that they've decided to make this turn, now I don't want to see him with him anymore. Like, he's too good for that, and I did love seeing him stand up for himself and being like, figuring out exactly that he is 100% gay, and this is, and calling out on that. So I like seeing a strong moment from him in this situation, I guess. That was a positive of this.
In every relationship, you learn. So, again, he learned by getting the exam. Like, it was a good thing for him. Expiration date, and now move on.
Yeah. Boom.
Well, he definitely knows he's not straight or bi. So there you have it. Good old Debs.
Oh, Debs.
Here's a theory I have about Debs before we kind of break down what actually happens. I have a theory that eventually she's going to steal one of these carriages or whatever, put it up on Craigslist, and the woman who it was stolen from, she's going to be looking on Craigslist, call, and be like, hey, why don't we meet here? And then that's it. That's how she gets busted.
Could very well happen.
I kind of want to see her really steal a baby. She almost did this time.
Yeah.
Next time, she's not going to pay attention, and she's going to have a baby. I mean, like, an extra baby. Like,
What would she do with this baby?
we'll have to wait and see. I don't know.
I just, she's pushing her luck a little bit.
Yeah,
That's what I don't like
definitely.
about this.
Me too, and I agree with what you said last week. Like, how has this woman not shut all of her cards off by now? And how is, as far as, like, Frank using the cards. But, yeah, I just feel like she's just wide in the open, too. I can't believe that none of these women have seen her at the park. She hasn't got busted yet. Yeah, it's not going to be pretty.
There's going to be a news report eventually that, like, Chicago has widespread carriage thieves.
Yeah.
Like, what? So if you're buying on Craigslist, be weary. I don't know. It's just a bad recipe. So I don't know, and I don't like. It's not sustainable.
Yeah.
It's so short-lived, but this is the show, and especially in this episode, like, I'm just figuring out, like, you know what? No matter what, people can survive. You can find a way.
But she's not realistic about it, because she was like, yeah, Harry, you can also name change. That was another thing we can't forget. Yeah. She's like, yeah, you can go to college, because if we keep this up, and she just thinks it's going to be an ongoing thing. She doesn't think she's going to get caught. She thinks it's just always going to be resourceful income.
Well, I think we got to take the operation to new cities after a couple of months, and then I think we'll be okay after that. You know, just keep rotating, new crime waves, and you know, let's hit up New York after.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, I would like to see Dubs actually, you know, get it together a little bit more as a parent and be responsible and just try to figure out a better plan for the future for Harry.
I do like the fact that she now fully understands the truth about Frank. Because that was so sad last season when she did have an appreciation for him, and hence why the babe's name was Franny. Yeah. But now we're past that. But she has nobody.
Yeah.
Fiona is not the mother anymore. That's even sadder. So, all right, Lip and this what is it? It's a marketing internship.
Yeah, this place called Game Change. That was the name of it, right?
Okay, I didn't even get that far. So
I just saw that on the wall. I was trying to,
It could just be like, you know how they put up like random key phrases, like
you know, true.
It could just be, so.
Yeah. So we have no idea what they do, right?
It's some form of advertising, I guess. I don't know. But obviously something very shady is happening there. And I think Lip is going to expose them and make a deal with the FBI.
Oh, you think?
Oh, listen,
you think he's going to get in on it?
Yeah, either that or, again, I mean, think of what the FBI would owe you if he helped out in this investigation.
Does the FBI pay you, though?
No, but they give you favors.
Well, what kind of favors does he want? I think he just wants money.
That could be it.
This wouldn't be a bad deal I mean, what if that somehow became I would love to see some business with the FBI start becoming his job or his future. Maybe he continues to be an insider for them and, you know, a mole or something versus, you know, I don't like the fact that his eyes lit up that they were just, you know, that these nerds are all rich, you know, and he's already thinking, I think, of ways that he can cash in on some of this cash, you know, legally.
But I think that's always been his goal because everyone's always been like, you're so smart, and he doesn't find that endearing, but he knows that it's kind of like his ticket to take care of his family, to get out of their ghetto. So.
Yeah. So that's what
I think, well, he can also blackmail the company and be like, hey, I know what you did, and either, you know, now I'm going to start being paid as an intern very highly, and, you know, or I tell the FBI what you're doing.
That's actually probably, I bet you're right on that one.
Yeah. I think we're gonna go that
And he's so
route.
smart that he'll probably find a way to really help them, like cover all of this up and kind of save the day for them, and then they'll owe him.
Yeah, he'll be the new CTO. Just in a matter of days. Yeah, but by the way, I you know, it was a microcosm. It wasn't quite as far-fetched as Silicon Valley portrays startups, but it was kind of in that vein, and just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, definitely, with the lady on her ball and the guy laying down on the heated floors.
Yeah, the sock guy, he's like, I only wear socks once, and someone has to put them on for him.
Yes, and the soy lattes and everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But let's talk about, so in that regard, maybe not, at least the internship's somewhat good and can progress him, but certainly alcohol and this new potentially chaotic relationship is not the way to go.
No, and I knew the second she was eyeing him up they made eyes during her interview that this one's gonna be a little trouble.
Absolutely. And just even the way she says it of like, you know, then we're perfect for each other.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, she has a baby or kid and a stupid ex-boyfriend. This is a recipe for disaster.
I do appreciate what V said to him at the bar, though. She told him, you remind me of him, as she points to Frank. Mm-hmm. And obviously he's still not listening, but at least, like, you know, he does feel guilty about it because as soon as Liam comes there, he kind of shoves the beer away. He doesn't want to be a bad influence on Liam.
Yeah. And that's kind of what we talked about last week, that we were afraid that he is going down that path and is setting himself up to take his place or end up just like him. So we don't want to see that happen.
Yeah. I can't imagine being an alcoholic. It must be really an worst disease because you can't really escape it. Because again, so he walks in, he decides, okay, I'm not going to drink this beer, pushes it away. But then he wants to go out, have a good time, and you see him hold the chips, but he still drinks the beer, and it's like this ongoing conflict, and you don't necessarily want to explain to someone like, oh, I used to be an alcoholic, or, I mean, I am an alcoholic. So it's really hard to escape that. So I find that really sad. But actually, he does tell her. He's like, I just got out of rehab, and she's like, okay. He doesn't really talk
it's a turn
about
on
it.
for her.
Yeah.
Like, oh, great, I'm gonna break you.
Yeah.
Great, you're gonna. It goes back to the call relationship. Oh, how sweet. So you're gonna break sobriety for me. That's fantastic. Not the way you want to do it. Yeah. And I miss our professor. I think he's gotta. I wish they had like a weekly check-in or something like that.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
And he's such a great character actor. I love that guy.
He is, and I love the way they relate to each other, and he gets it, and it's yeah, I miss them too.
Absolutely. Speaking of relationships, Fiona discovers Tinder after so many years. Oh man. Is this a good thing for her or a bad thing?
This is a bad thing for her. I mean, she's always made the poor choices with men. I thought she was doing such a good job of like just kind of being on her own for a while and getting her stuff together. So I think this Tinder is going to it's not good for her. It's way too convenient, way too easy, and she could feed that addiction that she has.
What's your take on it?
I kind of like it. I think it's good. I think it's very reckless. It's not going to end well, but I think she needs this. I think that's exactly what she needs. She needs those Tinder dates. She doesn't want to get attached, but she needs to have fun. So I'm all for it. You keep swiping, Fiona.
I think she's like V said. She's avoiding the issue. She like I said, she hasn't talked to anybody about what happened with Sean. So she's just has those emotions and those feelings still in there, and she hasn't dealt with them. And I think it's just she's gonna have a huge meltdown.
She isn't. I mean, I don't know her work schedule, but she did wake up late the next day and whatnot, and so I think it's taken away from work as well. Especially now, like I loved her kind of really taking control. We're getting new uniforms, we're getting new staff members. That's all great.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I loved seeing her becoming like a boss lady, but it's true that when I think it's good to be friends with your coworkers, but when they're telling you to like go bang someone in the bathroom, you're just like, I think that's pushing the limits.
Yeah, I agree. As their boss, for her to be in that situation, it's like, it's not the best. And because I liked with like you said, I liked her getting new employees. I like when she fired people. Like it was like, no, she's taking charge. So I think this might be a setback.
If it's a huge setback, because her foundation is not stable. It's not, and so until that happens, just don't do it.
Especially all the chaos. You still have Frank at home. All the stuff she's still going through. Like she doesn't need to add this into the equation. Right
I get it, but at the same time, because it's so chaotic and everything's going wrong, she just like needs to blow off some steam. It's not healthy, in the long run, but I think I kind of like it for her right now. It's what she needs.
No, she needs to talk to me.
She needs just to go get some of her toys. Take
V's
care of
toys.
herself.
V's toys.
Yeah.
V, Svetlana, and Fiona. There you go. Next Venn diagram.
That I'd be okay with, find some comfort.
Kev would be too.
Yeah.
No, V and her, that's weird. They're like sister. That's really weird.
It's safer than Tinder.
No. That's like, no.
I'm okay with it.
Hey, I wouldn't be mad at it. But yeah. No, Fiona. And again, look at what Debbie's out doing. You're the role model to Debbie, and this is what's happening because of it. All right. So speaking of Frank, just wants to disinherit everybody except for Liam.
And poor Liam.
Liam's talking.
Yeah.
Even though it's one word here and there, it just makes me so happy.
He's so cute. Yeah. Yeah, Frank, it's just crazy. For him to want to do that to them, it's just, I don't know. I was glad their reaction was just like they were all so happy about it and, embracing it. And it's just the way he's trying to, I don't like him teaching Liam these bad habits already and treating people like how he is.
And women? He's like, you go pick one. Just go pick one.
Yeah.
One that's here's the thing. He tells him one that's DTF.
Yes!
That means that Liam understands what DTF means.
Yeah.
Also, they all slept in the same bed. Right?
Yeah.
Am I the one who thought that was creepy?
No, I wrote that down. I was like, that's so gross. I'm like, he said, and that she completely stunk, and so they're all like right in the same bed together. It's terrible.
And they're using toilet water to wash.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
And I just didn't like, he tells them to lowball the illegals, and he's just.
But the nice part was the illegals fought back.
Yeah.
And they're like, no way.
Yeah.
No way.
But also putting them in a bad situation where they are threatening to kill them in their sleep, Like, I don't think Liam needs to hear that as a little kid. Have nightmares. As
scarring as that is, at least, like, it's good because then it'll shock him into, like, the person I'm with is not a good person.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, we've seen this season after season with all of them, like, I don't know there hasn't been one thing that shocked any of them. And it gotten them to change, and that's why Lip is the worst for me, because he's so much like Frank.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see that, because this is what it could be, and then you want to disinherit your entire family. So yeah. By the way, I disagree with Frank's method for picking day laborers. Just FYI.
What is your method?
You pick out the guy that's solo, because that's the guy that wants to work. The rest of them just want to hang out with their buddies and drink. So, there you go. Life lesson from Phil. Remember that. Anything else that we didn't touch upon? That you guys want to discuss before we move on to other predictions and all that? I'll take that as a no.
Yeah, I'm looking. I think those are all mine.
I think that covers it. Again, it's overall still we're still setting things up.
Yeah.
Overall, still very light. But as the season goes on, we're gonna bust out the tissues, and it's gonna become interesting. JJ, you have some news and gossip, correct?
I have just a couple things. Yeah.
So let's do news and gossip. No bumper. There we go.
Yay.
TV news.
Okay, just a couple things, and pretty much they're all just from Emmy's Instagram and Twitter feeds. But very excited that June Squibb is going to guest star. I love her, so I'm not sure, what episode it is, but we'll check it out. And really excited that she's so fun, and I think she'll bring some good things to the show. Emmy's also directed episode 4, so we'll see that soon. If you're into interior design, she's been doing a lot of work on her house, and so she was just featured in Elle Decor. So I love that kind of stuff. Her bathroom is amazing. It's just fun to see. And I know as I've been following her on Instagram the last few months, she's been finding like different pieces here and there across the world. So it's fun to see how it all came together. And the last one is she was also very vocal talking about Shameless things, Trump's latest comments. We are missing the debate because we were here, but she's been tweeting and saying a lot of things. So for all the women out there, I usually don't get political, but I was excited to see what some of her comments for him were. And
what was one that stood out to you? Do you have one?
Oh, one of the pictures I liked. This was, I had one the other night.
I put you on the spot.
You did. I did like, she said, now it's not loading right now.
Did you guys see that video of him, what is it, from 2005, I think? Because you host, and his mic was hot, and he just was having like a regular conversation. I thought about you guys and I as well.
Yeah, that's what she was so mad about was, so she does have, like, on November 8th, the Pussy Grab's back. So she's really encouraging everybody to vote for your future. So I just think,
there you go. That's Emmy's thoughts. All right, so why don't we move into predictions?
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Dominique gets gonorrhea. Bound to happen when you get circumcision like that. The father's not happy, but I blame Dominique.
I do too. I don't blame him for that.
No, not at all.
No.
Terrible.
So Svetlana's dad's in town. What do we think he's gonna do?
Oh, he's gonna run this entire city. I think he's gonna be in charge of the boobs and frannies.
Yeah.
That could very well be true. That could be her idea. That's Svetlana's idea, to bring her dad in to run that business.
Absolutely. And what about how do you guys feel about Frank apparently getting a whole new set of Gallaghers? Like what? We're recruiting Gallaghers? How does this work?
I don't know. I definitely did not see that one coming. But I mean, I shouldn't surprise me anything from him. But yeah, I wonder what he's gonna do with all of them, and where are they gonna stay? Where are they gonna live? All upstairs still? In that room?
But it's one of those things, like you're only doing it to like piss off someone, right? You know, it's not like he's actually gonna care about this family. It's like he's just gonna go and show Fiona, like, hey, this is the new Fiona, and then she's gonna be like, oh, great, Dad, can we hang out? No, are you insane? Like, no, get away from me. But come back tomorrow when we see Fiona again.
Do you guys have any family members that you would like to replace or recruit someone?
I definitely had one, but he's luckily no longer here. So bad to say, but
It's turned very dark.
yeah.
I think we all do. Unfortunately. But, yeah. Why? How many people in your family?
A few. I don't know.
A few?
A few. I'm not gonna
Like
say.
one hand or more than one hand?
My lips are sealed.
Well,
Alright.
you just dropped
But
that.
I'm holding auditions if anyone, you know. Just
Who we
go
casting?
on my Instagram at Bonjour Juliet if you want to be part of my family.
There you go. What are the qualifications we're looking
I love
for?
how it still sounds so pretty though, because she says it like that, like, you know, with your accent.
My name?
Like, yeah.
All right. So there you go. That's the episode for this week. Next week we should have. I won't spoil who it is because then if it doesn't work out. But as of now, we do have a guest coming up, and we're working on others as we speak. So it's always it just comes down to scheduling. People got busy lives. So in the meantime, where can people follow you? Changed your Twitter so many times. Like I used to be able to say it. Now I'm just gonna let you say it.
I've never changed my Twitter. It's always JJ Jurgens. It's the Instagram. It's just jj.jurgens, and then tomgirl.tv.
I got it.
You can find me at Bonjour Juliet, like I said earlier.
All right, and follow AfterBuzz TV, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and all that fun stuff. We'll see you guys next week for another great episode, and don't forget to comment below because, after all, we love talking about the episode, but we love reading your guys' comments even more because it's a discussion, and we love the show. So until next time, bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.